Joan Jett was nobody's sidecar. Today on the DARIN Show, I'm talking about this DVD, this documentary. This is Joan Jett, Bad Reputation, from 2018, just a few years after she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2015. And this documentary, this movie, I got this at the library, but you can find it online. You can probably get the DVD wherever you get DVDs. Joan was very much involved with this, produced it, it's authorized, so you know you're getting the real deal. She is one of the premier female rock and roll guitarist, singer, artist, songwriter, what have you. This documentary really gets into everything. It goes back to her days as a teenager, hanging out in Hollywood, Sunset Strip, all of that, how she helped create the Runaways. And then she got involved after the Runaways disbanded with this producer, Kenny Laguna, and together they built Joan Jett and the Blackhearts and the I Love Rock and Roll. She did an album that had Bad Reputation on it. First of all, didn't get a lot of play or whatever. They went out, they toured, they promoted. I Love Rock and Roll came out. Then they re-released the Bad Reputation album, and it was actually just a Joan Jett album, and whoever involved the suits or whatever repackaged it and called it Bad Reputation. Re-released it after the success of I Love Rock and Roll, and it did really well. This is a really great documentary, put together well. It's got a lot of good interviews with members of the Blackhearts, Joan herself, a lot of other rock and roll people. Iggy Pop is in here. Oh, I know, there's a great line. I wrote this down because I thought this was great. They were talking about how the Hollywood and the Sunset Strip and all of that and everything that was going on in the 70s there. And Iggy Pop said there were a lot of girls in Hollywood and they would drink with you and rock out and do everything with you, but they were always in like a sidecar role. And then along came the Runaways. And as Iggy Pop said, Joan Jett was nobody's sidecar. And indeed, she was not. She was instrumental in putting together the Runaways, instrumental in creating the career that she has and continuing to knock down walls in what has always been thought of as primarily a man's world, rock and roll. And this goes through a lot of the struggles that she dealt with. Girls don't play rock and roll, all that kind of stuff. And I loved it. It's got interviews with Joan, interviews with a lot of rock and roll people, a lot of people from the 70s. And then in addition, something I really liked about this is she was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2015. Now, I did a review on my channel, which I'm going to put a link there, or it'll be down in the description or something like that, to an album that she did with the Blackhearts called Unvarnished from 2013. And at that time, she was not yet in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I also watched a documentary with a lot of music performances from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and she performed with Nirvana when they were inducted, and I think it was Chris Novoselic, the bass for Nirvana. And he said, here's somebody who I cannot believe is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and should be, Joan Jett, and brought her out. Then a few years later, of course, 2015, she was inducted in with the Blackhearts. So this DVD has some behind the scenes stuff. It's got some special features, you see. It's got behind the scenes at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. It's got performances from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's got a performance of Bad Reputation and Fresh Start. It's got some sound check. It's got some music videos on here. Highly recommend it. Now, I would recommend going and listening to my review of Joan Jett and the Blackhearts Unvarnished, which is the last album they've done, 2013. And then check this out. If you know Joan Jett and you like Joan Jett, you're still going to get a little something out of this. If you don't know very much about Joan, this has got a lot of great information in it. So check it out. Joan Jett, Bad Reputation on DVD from 2018. I'm going to give this 5 out of 5 stars. I mean, for what it is, it's a rock and roll documentary, and she's in there, and she's telling you about her life and growing up. Oh, it's even got stuff like, talking to her family and everything. So you can't beat that. Check it out. This is The Darren Show, and have a great what have you.